Hello, everybody. Welcome. Today we're going to play some Polaris. I'm pretty excited. Polaris is a very fun role playing game that doesn't really resolve conflict using dice. I was going to say diceless, but that's technically not true because you do roll for experience. Thank you. And so it's not strictly diceless. But yeah, we're gonna play some Polaris. Last week we got to see the creation of these characters, and we went around 4 times seeing different scenes through all of our heroes. The game is divided into each player having their own hero, who is opposed by a mistaken, and each player is also the mistaken of someone else's hero. And there's also the new moon and the full moon, who are the auxiliary characters in that hero's life. So in addition to the heart, which is your hero, you're going to be taking on these the 3 other roles, a total of 4. So 4 players, 4 roles, 4 heroes. Just goes around. Let's reintroduce our characters, starting with Golden, since you are the first one here on our little list. I'll transition over to the sheets.
All right.
Yeah.
So my hero is Ein. Ein is a priest of the cloth, and he worships the edge of the ice, the place where all the ice grows from.
I guess you should talk a little bit more about like where we are and why the ice is a thing.
Well, we're in the ruins of the city at the North Pole, or in that surrounding area. And what that means is like kind of up to each game of Polaris to define. What is the North? What's it like to be people? Are we of flesh and blood, or are we of snow and ice? But we are creatures of the night. And it is only through our mistake that the sun came to rise and now grows stronger every day. And that also, like, what is the mistake? I don't even think we're getting close to finding out what the mistake is.
I know, I don't think it's a question we've really been asking.
Yep. But each of our characters definitely has things they believe in. And mostly we're fighting demons. And like it's kind of cool because like demons often represent illusions or like false things, lies that we tell ourselves so that we don't have to face the truth. We're doing a pretty good job of that.
Yeah.
I have to agree. Yes, so you were telling us about Ein and how he is a priest that worships the edge of the ice.
I mean, that's basically the whole thing right now. Like, I'm taking this role, like, I want to see, like, I'm kind of using the edge of the ice as like a metaphor for Christianity. And I want to see how well this metaphor can be pushed, because one of the things about being a Christian is like believing that all of the suffering we go through has a purpose, and it makes you like very disillusioned sometimes. Like, why is there evil in the world? And we're gonna find out, like, as this character gets more and more wary, like as he becomes more disillusioned with his faith, and his beliefs start to have like real dangerous questions posed at them, what happens to them. And that's exciting to me.
I think that's cool too.
Awesome. My character, my heart, is Tigmene, and she has, in addition to the Starlight Sword that we all started with, a travel mirror that we have not yet really seen, and a cadre of the despised, another group of knights that she is in charge of. The other fun ability that she has is an animal voice, to speak to animals, and that hasn't really come up yet either, so we need to push that button. She's been doing a lot of going out and trying to protect the people, and it's been going well. They call the group of knights that she leads the cadre of the despised, so that should give you an idea. Alright, Lavender, how about your character?
Big yep. My character's name is Microscopium. I don't know what gender they are yet, honestly. Like, I'm not even, like, putting them down as, like, non-binary or anything. I just straight up don't know what they are.
Hasn't been important yet.
Yeah. One thing that Microscopium discovered last time was a different kind of Starlight Sword, which is instead made of midnight instead of starlight itself. And they think it's going to be more powerful than the old Starlight Swords because it's made out of a larger part of the sky than just like the pinpoints of light that you normally see. They're a senator, and they have this cool encyclopedia that has really small print and a magic lens that magnifies the print in these rings that keep extending outward and outward and outward, and you can find pretty much any information that you want in it, and that has been really cool to explore so far. Awesome. I think it's my character.
And last but certainly not least, Astani, what your character? Your heart.
So I'm playing Aquile. She is a very valiant knight, I would say. I just really wanted to play up the valiant, tragic hero aspect. She has lost her Starlight Sword because her demon lover named Shara destroyed it and sent it back into the sky, and managed to convince her that all the Starlight Swords need to be destroyed because the stars inside them are trapped and enslaved, basically. Aside from that, she's close friends with Microscopium. She has Shiriak, her sister, a suitor she's not super interested in named Shalab.
Yeah, she was shooting him down pretty hard.
She's like, oh, just stop asking with the marriage thing. I just she has wings made of frost. She can't really, well, we haven't really established what she can do with them, but she has used them to glide forward and have bursts of speed. But yeah, now she's wielding the Midnight Swords because she was with Microscopium, helped convince them to destroy the Starlight Swords and got some Midnight Swords in exchange, which is going to be terrible. I'm looking forward to those backfiring. Kelsa, you might, as my mistaken, you might want to take my Midnight Swords somehow into your mistaken thing, because if you want to play with them, it's up to you. But it sounds like a big old mistake to me, is what I'm saying about that. That's basically Aquile.
There we go.
There they go. There they go.
I'll just copy paste that. I'll just... All right, awesome. Well, that's who we are and a little bit of what has happened so far. So let's jump in. We started with you last time, Golden, so we're going to start with you again. You get to establish a scene either as your heart or as the Mistaken.
Oh, before we jump in, did we want to get a little bit of XP?
Yes, because we
That's what I
definitely
was
forgot
hoping
that
for.
last time. Thank you. I still
Now-
forgot.
I've been thinking about it really hard, but unfortunately, I can't think of any XP to give Adam because Adam accepts all of my awful suggestions.
But don't you get
Sounds
XP
fair.
for like seeming cool if you show sympathy or
I mean-
acceptance of the demons?
I don't think he has, though, or they have. Like, I don't think Microscopium has shown any
I
sympathy.
mean,
But what about
the Midnight, Sword?
Swords?
Yeah, I was going to say.
I mean, I don't know that you... Is Microscopium aware that it's a really bad idea?
I mean, they do know that they pulled it out of kind of a,
Murky Shadow Demon thing.
yeah.
I mean, the most I can get Microscopium with, I think, is apathy.
Mm,
But I don't want to say that... I don't want to assume Microscopium is being apathetic.
You should.
It's just
push-
non-confrontational.
You're the mistaken, though.
It doesn't mean I should assume things about someone else's character.
I guess I feel like I feel the sympathy on the believing that they can take this dark power and use it for good. Like,
But they're still using dark power. I mean,
right,
come
like there's that certain level of I can see you why you're using this dark power.
But remember, this is Polaris. The darkness is good.
Well, fine.
It's the light
then
that is bad.
demonic. How about that?
It is kind of demonic.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna say there's like some non-specific sympathy going on here, and you can roll XP once.
on. We were campaigning real hard for that.
Yeah. I didn't get to say anything, but I was about to. Yeah.
If you want XP, you gotta help me a little bit. It's a roleplay. You gotta do these dark things.
It's bad.
Roll 1d6.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
Refresh, right?
Yep.
yeah. You refresh. You gain no XP.
Refreshly was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
Um,
to be fair, XP is kind of bad for us since we're not using light or frost in this game.
I mean, it's not good for you.
No. I mean, it's good for the story.
mhm. All right. So, Estini, I think there is at least 2 times in retrospect that I should have been calling for experience. I don't know why I cannot say that word today.
It's all good.
It's just
Um,
gone out of my
would
head.
you like to name them?
Definitely when you accepted Shara, even though you were giving stipulations to her love, there's definitely again with consorting with demons there.
Well, not only that, like, I mean, I know I shouldn't be arguing in your wheelhouse, but I literally said, "Hey, I'll take on your quest to destroy all of our Starlight Swords." So that's.
I mean, that was yeah, that's it's on the list.
Okay.
I was going to count that as a second thing.
Oh, I see.
That
Oh,
was
really?
that was actually
Oh, well
like
then, I guess I will remain silent on the other one I see.
I mean, if you see another one, I mean, please, it's been a week, and I would love to have a reminder.
I did take the Midnight Swords.
Right. Yes. Well, that is like related. I don't know if it's two separate things. Like the quest to destroy the Starlight Swords and accepting the Midnight Swords felt like the same.
Okay, if you want to view them that way.
Like,
I can see it that way.
I mean, I guess here's the thing.
I mean, they did happen like separately, so I guess that's true too.
They're also different things in my head in that even if I hadn't gotten the Midnight Swords, I would have destroyed the Starlight Swords.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I believe that. I don't think that was an option that really crossed my mind. That, like, again, it's been a week, so my viewing of the timeline may be skewed.
Did you want to say something, Lavender? You look like you had something you wanted to say.
No, I was intently listening and agreeing.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure we weren't talking over each other.
All right,
No.
so
Yeah, I would say that because you're like we're just exploring a theme, right? So like individual steps on that theme, like each individual step, I think is worthy of experience.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, so that's 3 then?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, I'll just roll 3d6 and we'll see what happens. 2 refreshes, I think? Or is that 2 experience?
So the 4 would definitely get you XP, right? Because it's less.
It's the same.
4 is equal.
So that's why.
Okay, yeah, it does count as weariness. So lower your zeal.
Okay, so I'm going to lower that twice then.
Yes. And the 6 is a refresh.
Okay.
I'm going to save this red X from being destroyed. So I can use it later.
That's fair.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask the moons for Ein for your advice or your insight. Do you think Ein allowing the Lady of Ash to help guide him out of the caverns counts as experience?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
Okay, that's the only thing I can see for you because we already had you roll it once.
All
So I
right.
think one more.
Yeah, I mean, sharing the fire with a demon definitely has to count some.
Okay, so that's
So yeah, that's a refresh.
cool.
So I'm thinking about whether or not Tegmine associating with the Cadre of the Despised counts as XP or experience, but I feel like that's not really Tegmine's fault, and I feel like
What she does
continuing to associate with them might be worthy of experience, but I feel like maybe not yet.
So I would point out that showing any sort of callousness or hatred or whatever towards the people does count as experience.
And the other knights are considered part of the people.
Yeah, they're all people, and she doesn't like them. And, I mean, she technically despises them. She thinks that in her head.
Rightfully so, but
I mean,
She's-
it doesn't have to be unjustified, but
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Yeah,
it doesn't even
exactly.
have to be
Justified or
justified.
yeah.
Right. Like you're not, if you don't adhere to the strict chivalric law, then
Mm-hmm.
in Nobilis's metaphysics, I mean, I closely associate the two games. So sorry.
Okay,
I don't know if any of you have played Nobilis, but there is a truly diceless role-playing game.
I have not. I've played other diceless role-playing games, but not that
I'm
one.
really proud of my actual play of that on my YouTube channel.
It's pretty wild.
All right, so I'm looking at 1 XP then.
I'm thinking so too.
Okay. 1.
That's it.
All right.
Eh. There we go. All right. Now, bookkeeping out of the way. What else am I forgetting? Because it's been a while.
That's it.
Okay.
Do we, since it's the beginning of a news session, do we say the part where we're like...
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
So I want you
technically,
to imagine in your mind.
I reread it, and we do it at the beginning of each scene starring whoever we're going to be.
Oh, do we really?
Just the first time. So instead of doing it all at once.
I see.
But imagine in your mind a large wax candle, and I strike a match and I'm lighting that candle to illuminate this Roll20 screen.
Mhm.
All right, now we can start. Okay. And I have to open up all my handouts.
Yeah, I gotta find
There we go.
key phrase.
Long ago, the people were dying at the end of the world. And so it was that Ein stepped out of the caverns and into the light. And at his side, the Lady of Ash followed. He turned to her and said, "Thank you for leading me out of the caverns."
It was not a place for you to be. Or not yet. Maybe never? I don't remember.
I have the sense that you are not something of the world of light. You are not liminal. You do not have boundaries. You like to edge in that way, but you don't serve it.
Did you see it melting? It's not supposed to melt like that.
I
Not
couldn't
yet.
see anything. It was
You're
dark.
pretty quiet, Stanny.
I'm really quiet, sorry. Let me just...
Got it. Thank you.
What does it mean?
Change. A new beginning. Or an end. Or both. Probably both.
As is foretold. Do you have a purpose?
Do you?
I do. It's to spread the word and knowledge and love of the edge of the ice to the people, to any who would take it into their hearts.
It's just ice.
What do you have to compare with it? With that purpose?
I have my own knowledge. I have my own love.
Well, the edge of the ice loves you.
It's just ice. It can't love you. Do you want me to show you?
If you can.
Then let us walk together to the edge of the ice.
Back into the darkness?
We don't have to go that way. Not so deep down where demons will want to eat you.
Not afraid of demons. But isn't there another way?
Well, you were there before.
I
Standing
mean-
in front of the Great Geyser. You know a way. Can we not go that way?
Yes, the geyser is the edge of the ice.
It was
So, of course. So we walked to the geyser, right? And I think the geyser is still spouting forth water.
Mhm.
And Ian puts out his hand and says, "There it is.
There it is, water.
Can you not feel its love?
It's just ice.
It's creation."
It's melting.
But look, as the water washes away the ice, further on it solidifies again to new forms.
She just laughs and shakes her head. You don't understand. But you will. Maybe not you. Maybe someone else. I don't know. But someone will know. I'm sorry.
Well, good luck on your quest.
I don't have a quest.
Oh, it sounds like you do. Find someone to believe your truth.
It doesn't matter if you believe it. It is what it is. It's truth, whether you believe or not.
Well, so you say. But what words cannot replace is the feeling in my heart.
If you
And the
say so.
miracles that aid the people.
She says nothing. She only stares at you.
And I think Ian goes off on his own way.
But only if. But only if a seed of doubt is planted in Ein's heart.
And furthermore, the Lady of Ash can feel the edge of the ice growing within her. And I will exhaust balance because we are balancing each other out here.
That's legit.
Mm-hmm.
I feel it. I feel it.
And so it was. Oh, sorry.
And
that was how it happened. Sorry,
that's how it happened. And then and so was.
And so it was.
Awesome. Okay. Let's see. And so it was that Tijime found herself once again in the hills at the edge of the people, having united a number of small villages. She was searching for more people. She called out to the animals there, and great giant elk responded. She asked them, "Where have you seen the people?" And they replied, "Far, past the moon. And she nods. We will find our way there. Soon, we see a scene of Tejime and her cadre all riding on these giant elks. And I'm just picturing this super anime scene of like I feel like it's like out of anyway, just like dark purple landscape and sky, and like the moon in the distance, and like just this herd of elk that are chasing it with the knights on their back, starlight swords twinkling, and soon they find themselves at a small village where demons are attacking, like monstrous dogs with like crazy burning teeth and all kinds of junk. And
But only if
yes,
Pollux warns you that there's no way in straightforward, and he offers another way in.
But only if the cadre don't listen to her and proceed to their doom.
And that was how it happened.
Tejime listens to the whisper of Pollux telling her to take another route. And she calls for her cadre to turn aside. They crash on, their elks pulled down by these demon dogs. And by the time that she has rounded a hillock to come at them from the other angle, it's too late. And the cadre is torn asunder. And so it was.
We're all dying.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that happened.
I can play the cadre because while they were briefly dying, they were in my sphere.
Yeah, they were
true.
technically in your sphere for that amount of time.
Except for Pollux.
Right.
But yeah.
But then the two of them are all that's left of the cadre.
So good.
I have a question because I keep forgetting XP at the end of each thing. Do my
Oh, my
moons
bad.
for Ein think that there's any XP to be offered? I'm not seeing it. Just wanted to ask though. Yeah, I didn't think so.
I was thinking so because
Maybe?
both of you had influence over each other. But of course, Ein's a Knight of the Stars, so both of you moving a little bit matters. Way more for Ein.
Is that under abbreviated rules? What you need for XP, or where is that?
Yeah, hold on a sec.
Whenever the knights performed an action indicative of hatred of the people, sympathy for the mistaken, callousness, cynicism, or apathy, experience is to be rolled.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
thinking that sympathy for the mistaken,
Okay.
even if it's slight.
By hoping that she would come to feel the love of the edge of the ice, I guess.
Other way around?
Oh. By thinking that she would hope to get understanding, or what do you... Can you Elaborate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'll say he definitely does, but I guess none of you understand why yet. So I roll those dice. Oh, look at that! I get to refresh.
Yay!
Enjoy.
There we go.
All right. Lavender, you get to phrase a scene.
Before that, now that I'm in the proper, coincidentally, because of that, I'm also in the proper order to
XP.
award you experience for listening to Pollux instead of leading your cadre.
I mean, I left my cadre behind and
That's
listened
true.
to Pollux.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll grant that.
Mhm.
Hey, look!
XP.
We're pretty good at this whole game.
Pretty much.
I think we just get so excited about the story we forget about the actual mechanics.
Yeah, it's really weird. Like, it kind of feels like there needs to be some way to make experience more. Like, you're not supposed to wait until the end of the turn. You're supposed to do it immediately.
It says I was just rereading through it. It says you can do it in the moment or at the end of the scene.
Yeah. But, like, it's like if I forgot, right, end of the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Right.
but I feel like there really needs to be some, like, other XP hook. That, like, because I like what causes XP, but
Mhm.
you're just going to forget forever.
Are you thinking about the fact that if we're forgetting to do experience, then it probably isn't enough to warrant experience because it's not enough that we're remembering to do it?
I'm saying if we're forgetting to do it, then it's clearly not a mechanic we're invested in.
Okay.
But whatever, we're going to keep doing it because that can't be true because we're all excited about it.
Yeah, I think it's more just that, like, the placement of it is easy to forget because it's very easy to say, okay, next scene.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to remember, we're not done with the scene yet. There's still that coming out of the scene and saying, okay, this is what happened, and because of that, you do or don't get XP.
So can we add XP into the ritual and make a key phrase?
That would be cool.
What would you call this key phrase?
I don't know yet. I feel like maybe the moons should say it.
I like that because the moons aren't quite as involved when the Mistaken and the Heart are having their thing. So
True.
It kind of helps to also give the moons more of a thing to do.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Like, the moons can call for experience to be rolled, but the Mistaken gets to
determine
decide
what is rolled, basically. Yeah.
Sure. Perfect.
So the moons perform the ritual to say, and now we're going to talk about experience. And then the Mistaken kind of takes over.
Mm-hmm.
How about if the new moon says...
I could be like, but it was no matter, or something like that if I'm not seeing it. Okay, cool.
As the stars watched, ooh, I like that, and the moons wept.
Okay.
Sure.
That's cool.
I don't know. It's sappy and
it is
emotional,
sappy, which means that we're probably gonna remember it better.
Yeah, but just off the cuff. There you go.
That's better than what I could come off of the cuff, which I didn't even fully form an idea. So
I was gonna say, and it is experience time. So yeah.
All right. Now,
Come
Lavender,
along with
would
me.
you like to take a turn?
By the sea.
Since this is the first time Microscopium is showing up in this session, I have to introduce them with the key phrase. But hope is not yet lost, for Microscopium has still heard the Song of the Stars.
That's what we forgot. I forgot it too, and I was the one that said we had to do it.
Yeah.
All right.
And so it was that Microscopium was consulting with other Knights of the Order of Stars to banish the starless darkness within their mansion and return their mansion to their possession. Microscopium wanted... I think Microscopium has like a lot of things in that mansion that he feels are his and are very useful to him. Like, I can't imagine he keeps like a lot of his like other machines that he would have possession of in the Senate, because that doesn't make sense to me. Like, obviously he still has the encyclopedia with him, which he brought while he's staying at the Senate, but with the help of the other knights, the darkness is cleared from his mansion.
But only if you're going to choose one of these knights and you're going to hate him. You can't stand this guy. Like, the breath just smells wrong, and you know his voice has that timbre that gets on your nerves, and like when they laugh, it just makes you feel awkward. Like, just everything about this guy, like, it is unreasoning hatred. You can make up explanations if you want.
Mm-hmm. But only if the reason Microscopium hates him is because he sees the Midnight Swords as harmful to the Order of Stars. And this is why this is the true reason why the Midnight Swords are part of the mistake. Because they're going to be the thing that destroys our order. Because they divide us.
Just so I'm sure I understand this, are you saying that this guy believes that the Midnight Swords are not good, and therefore that the Midnight Swords are gonna destroy the knights, and therefore the Midnight Swords are gonna destroy the knights because he believes that they are? It's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah,
that it drives a rift between them just because he thinks they will.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
I love it. Okay, continue.
But only if this drives you even further to make sure every Starlight Sword has been destroyed.
And that's how it happened.
So it was. Oh, and that was how it happened.
Mm-hmm. And so it was.
And so it was.
I got my mansion back.
As the stars watched
and the moons wept,
we get some XP.
Yeah, you've been pretty callous there about the fate of the people.
Not only that, he hates a guy.
Yeah.
He hates a person.
I didn't get 2 XP.
Yeah.
That's a
that's
lot
fair.
of XP.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, yeah. Those are things that happened.
Yeah. Big agree. Okay. Let me 1d6. Aha, there we go. The first
You're
time.
learning.
Yeah. What do you mean I don't get a refresh every single time?
You don't
Nope.
even have anything to refresh.
That's fair. I gotta use more and furthermores, but I keep not being able to think of anything to and furthermore with.
Just and furthermore, anything,
Yeah.
So that's one more roll.
and see how much I care.
You roll one more time, though.
Yeah.
Okay. I did not catch that the first time. Okay.
Oh,
Yay!
you're so enlightened.
Zoom back and move it to 2. There we go.
That was unintentionally a pun.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Hey, now we have the same weariness / zeal.
Mm-hmm.
Just like real best friends.
That's how it works. That is how it works. You're absolutely right.
Okay. So are we moving on to Aqualay or me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. But hope was not lost, for Aqualay still heard the song of the stars. And so it was that Aqualay set off on her own, questing to drive the demons back yet again, leaving the task of destroying the Starlight Swords to her dear friend Microscopium, for at least the moment. She had her 2 midnight swords with her on her back, one at her hip, as she left the remnants and headed out into the wastelands to find and drive back the demons.
Is Shara left behind?
Yes. She is off on her own. She found, I don't want to call it a camp, but like, it's like an encampment, a place where the demons have kind of hunkered down. Maybe it used to be a refuge for the people, but has since been well overtaken by demons. And
It's a shack. It's a love shack.
It's the entire town of Stockton.
oh goodness.
No,
And one by one, she cuts them down with her midnight swords. And one by one, she drives them back from this place.
alright. But only if.
Yeah.
Her midnight sword, when she cuts the demons in half, the next day the 2 halves wake up as 2 demons.
But only if each demon she slays makes her sword more powerful.
But only if the more powerful her sword becomes, the hungrier it becomes. It's singing to her to kill more.
That was how it happened.
That was how it happened. Yeah.
And so it was.
And so it was. Yeah. Good
As the
deal.
stars watched.
And the moon's wept.
I don't think that Aqualay showed any of the signs here. I've laid some groundwork, but I think some of your decisions are going to come back and bite you later, but...
I mean, that is the plan.
Oh, isn't it though?
Yeah. I am invested in all of these characters and how they're going to all come crashing down around us. It's great.
It is great. It's exactly what's going to happen. All right. Back around to Golden.
Do you want to take a break or shall we continue?
Do you guys want to take a break now?
I'm actually pretty good.
Yeah, I was going to take a break in about half an hour.
Okay,
Sure.
sounds
Or
good.
after
Yeah,
the
that
next
sounds fine.
round, whichever comes
Yeah, that
first.
sounds fine for me.
Yep,
Cool.
that sounds good.
All right. Okay. Rectoscopium. And so it was that Microscopium was sitting in the newly recovered, what's the word? It's like a library, the study of their mansion,
Mhm.
with the one they hate most.
But only if the study is now more beautiful than it ever was before.
But only if it is just the two of you alone, and nobody will know what truly happened.
And that was how it happened.
That was how it happened. So, two of you are talking. And you can't even understand what he's saying. You're just boiling over with hatred. And I can't play your character.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
What's the name of this person?
I haven't named them, but what? Since we need a name
Let's
and
give
neither
them
of
a
us seem to
star.
care, let us give them a star name.
Yep.
Let me pull up the star names.
Luckily, Polaris has this beautiful list of star names that you can steal from to name
Yeah.
your characters.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, Adobe is ridiculously slow, even though I have literally the fastest computer money can buy.
Mm-hmm.
How do you manage to do this, Adobe? It's magic.
Yes,
Clearly deep
Adobe the Constellation.
Let's name this asshole Adobe. Yes.
Yes, let's do
I
it. I
approve
love
of
it.
this.
Let's do it. It's good.
I was just
So-
Googling star names for you. Okay, let's do this.
So Adobe is just prattling on about how to do good graphic design. And like everything he says is just strikes you as artistically wrong and horrible, and nobody should ever say anything like that. You just find yourself.
I wish with someone with your liberties would send this to me in a letter as opposed to personally visiting me in my mansion that I have just been reacquainted with. I would like a little time to myself.
Well, I hoped that as two men of stature, we could come to an agreement.
But only if I usher Adobe out of my mansion and tell them to return to their residence and give me their concerns in written form, as opposed to prattling and prattling where I can't understand what they're saying.
But only if you agree to everything he asked for because it'll just get him out of there faster.
And furthermore, he shall never come to my mansion again.
What are you going to check off?
Senator.
Mm.
I'm gonna pull rank there, I see.
Absolutely.
But
Do the-
only if.
appropriate.
Oh, you don't get it. You can't a bit of.
Oh, that's right. And furthermore.
There you go.
And furthermore. As he is leaving, you see he is still wielding a Starlight Sword. And I will, of course, check off the Starlight Sword.
Cool.
Mhm.
And that was how it happened.
And that was how it happened. And so it was.
And so it was.
Real quick. Lavender, I put the check by Senator for you.
Okay, thank you very much.
As the stars watched.
And the moons wept.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you're being
Hatred of the
even
people.
more. Yeah. Take your hatred, Ty.
It's okay.
Take
I
your
have my
hatred.
mansion back, and it's under my control.
Oh, I think that's XP.
That's a tie. Yep.
Man, you're getting weary real fast. So
I am.
I have a question then. So when you're on 1 zeal and you roll a 1 and then you have 1 weariness, I don't remember, how does it work for rolling XP?
So when you're at one zeal, you're gonna lose your zeal and gain a weariness, but also there's like other things that has to happen. There's a phrase, and then the next scene needs to involve
It's like either that lady
Solaris
or that
Knight or the Frost something.
Ooh, I forgot.
Frost Princess or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Princess Frost. But I guess what I'm asking is, once you have 1 weariness, and you're rolling XP, are you still trying? Is it still getting under?
Yes.
Yes.
So then you start to snowball your weariness, is what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Because as you get weary, you get wearier and wearier. Okay, got it.
It's logarithmic.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's kind
like
of
that.
difficult to make that jump from zeal to weariness, but once you get from your first XP of weariness, it starts to get easier and easier to get your downfall.
That makes sense. Okay, just wanted to make sure I understood.
And once you become wary, you can die. You can ask for death.
Yes.
Yes.
Which is, I mean, I don't mean to sound. Yes, I do. I mean to sound.
Of course. It's fantastic.
I don't mean
And
to sound,
once
yeah,
you're
I do
a
actually.
mistaken can also ask for the complete destruction or transformation of the world as well, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just so we're clear on the rules.
I don't get the sense that you have much self-control as to that request.
Why would you say that?
I don't know. It's just feeling I get.
I'm just asking what the color of the doom clock is.
What I'm learning is I need to make you wearier.
Yes.
You're still so zealous, and I need to
Ooh.
bring that out of you like a grape.
Yeah.
Correct. All right.
Sorry.
That makes it my turn. And as per tradition, although it's not mechanically necessary, I will phrase a scene for as the mistaken for Steenie. So and so it was that Aquile found herself once more twin midnight swords buried deep into demon flesh, And she looked around and realized she'd traveled so far that she couldn't see the city or the hills, the mountains where the people lived, and did not know where she was. And all around her were corpses of demons, and in the distance there were more. She has a moment to breathe, but is lost, all but for her swords and the death that surrounds her. Before she can get her bearings, one of the demons crests a small ridge and sees her standing there, and immediately lunges for her, ripping at her arm before she can raise a sword. Aquile will be torn asunder. She does nothing.
I mean, she won't because she's zealous.
I mean, you'd be surprised what you could live through. What?
But only if.
All right.
The demon, for whatever reason, holds back its full strength and does no real damage.
But only if it's because it was sent by Shara.
That was how it happened.
And so the demon, about to rip into Aquile's soft, fleshy bits, pulls back, seeing who it is that it faces, and takes 2 steps backwards and bows before Aquile instead.
The phoenix in Aquile roars within her, and her wings of flame come out and
It's
like
Frost.
Okay, Frost. And you kind of like gust backwards to like put distance between you and the demon so that you can talk.
Okay. I wasn't planning on talking, but okay, we can do that.
Cool.
Aquile, you have been gone too long. The demon calls out to you in a familiar voice.
Aquile raises her sword. Gone from where I have only begun.
It's been an age since you left the city. Shara has sent me to find you.
The city. Why does everything call me back to that place?
The
Shara
demon
sent
kind of
you.
scuttles to one side to avoid your anger. Do you not wish to see her? I can tell her to come. I can bring her to you.
I don't want anything from you. Except you to leave this place and no longer plague my people.
The demon kind of scuttles backwards a little bit further, kind of like bowing as it retreats. But we have, Lady Aquile. You have traveled so far. When was the last time you saw your people?
I hold them in my heart. I do not need to see them to feel them, and to feel our song in the stars.
They are not here. You've come to our home now.
Your home. This used to be ours. This all used to be ours, and then you came.
The swords sing
You drove
to
us
you.
back to the remnants.
Kill it. We're so hungry.
But only if. But only if Aquile can truly kill the demons with the midnight swords by stabbing them through the heart.
But only if the midnight swords, the deep midnight of it starts to climb from the blade of the sword up to her hands, fusing them to her.
But only if it's one hand.
And that was how it happened.
And Aquile, using her wings of frost, Phoenix screaming in her heart, lunges forward and pierces the demon through the heart.
It screams and burns and is absorbed, like the ash is then absorbed into the sword as it slowly climbs the blackness up her hand.
And so it was.
And so it was. Well,
As the stars watched.
no.
Nope,
feel-
I think it's legit, personally. But I'm just a moon.
Oh, is there something not right? Everything seems fine to me.
I think this was a righteous thing for Aquile to do.
Oh.
I don't think it's worthy of experience. But I'm just a moon, like I said.
I mean, I'm just over here killing demons.
I
don't know what you
mean,
want
Yeah.
from me.
I mean, she did. I feel she did express her hatred of the people and not wanting to go back to the city.
Mm.
I don't know that that's true.
Oh, that was how I felt. And I get final say, so you can roll
do.
experience.
Okay. She just doesn't want to be chained down.
As you're mistaken, I get to tell you what to do. I
No,
mean,
Sure.
when to roll XP.
That's fine. Hey, XP, woo.
Oh yeah, take that
man,
down.
I'm gonna die so fast. This is so good. So if I die, do I make a new character, or am I just playing Golden's Mistaken for the rest of the
I guess you can make a new character.
You can't.
I mean, if
You
I
can.
can fall this fast, I can fall fast again. Don't worry.
That's the spirit.
Good. Okay. Lavender.
Are you ready? Okay, cool. I am also going to play as the Mistaken. And so it was that Tegmine was called back from the hills to the city to report everything that happened to the cadre, what happened with the peace arrangement, everything. She was called, I think, probably back to the Order, I'm thinking. And Tegmine hasn't gotten her Midnight Sword yet, right?
Correct. She was like out and about.
Okay. So what happens is she's called back to the Order. She receives a ton of criticism from the other Knights of the Order. And after days of like having to like undergo like trials of repentance, she's awarded for being redeemed with the Midnight Sword, and now you have to swap your Starlight Sword for a Midnight Sword.
Only if. She is only if she is awarded for the piece that she did bring, despite also being, kind of dressed down for what happened to the cadre. And finds and gains a new title.
And furthermore, Tegmine is one of the few who knows that the power of the Midnight Sword is that it binds the demons within it, which is the very same power that it has over the demons it slays.
Mm.
And I'm calling upon Lore of Demons for that.
Yeah. That's good. And furthermore, she realizes that binding the demons like this is going to cause problems later. And I'm going to call on Lore of Demons for that also. Thank you.
I think that's both legit.
Yep. So you can invoke the same theme twice? Like you get twice for...
One each.
No.
You invoke it and I invoke it.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let me take a look at your themes. And furthermore, your next duty to perform after redeeming yourself is to go down the geyser to the heart of where the demons are with Tegmine. Not your Tegmine, with Aqualay, and slay several demons underneath the ice.
What
using travel mirror.
Travel mirror? Oh, good. I need to use my travel mirror.
Yeah, I gotta get that cool shit in there.
Good.
Mark the travel mirror.
And that's how it happened.
Awesome.
What is my new title?
I guess we can all talk about this together since I can consult.
Like,
Yeah.
I picture it like being awarded a barony or something along those lines, but I don't feel like that's something that we have, like the concept of.
Right.
So what kind of like
You're a March Lord.
March Lord?
Oh, I kind of like that.
All right, yeah, let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take it.
I don't know how much you guys read about the titles, but
Not at all.
What does that title entail?
it means that you are in charge of guarding the borders of a kingdom and ensuring that no outsiders can get through into civilization.
That's accurate for.
I was gonna say that's very fitting for what is next on the table.
Yeah.
Also,
It is
real interesting.
great responsibility and great opportunity.
I have a question before we do the XP thing. Do Aquile and Tegmine know each other? Have they worked together before? Where in her sphere should she fall? I feel like she shouldn't be in my sphere, but...
Yeah, I feel like she's technically in the full moon sphere, but you still get to play her as her heart. I think that she is... That I don't even know if we've really worked together, even at a professional capacity as fellow knights. Like, I know you're another knight, but I don't think we've ever worked together or been on a mission together or anything like that.
Sure. Okay. Sounds good. All right. As the stars watched.
And the moose wept.
All right. Do you see experience?
It seemed like you did. Your order was pretty harsh to you, and you took it pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see experience.
I'm fine with that.
I feel like, on the whole, Tegmini's a pretty decent knight overall.
You did take the sword, though, knowing that it would cause problems.
That is true. I did know it would cause problems.
You didn't refuse it. She's like, oh, this is gonna do...
That's true.
Demon-y shit. And she's like, yeah, I'll still take that sword.
It sounds like apathy.
Yeah, okay. I'll agree to
Whatever. Like, whatever, I can deal with it.
That's a refresh.
Congrats on your refresh. Let me get rid of all of these things I just copied over.
Good. Well, that's cool because I just...
It's fine, it's still there. I didn't do anything, shut up.
My one weakness.
Yeah, and so it was.
Yeah, so it was. Okay.
Oh, I think the tick is still supposed to be on Senator. Because Lavender didn't get a refresh.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I got that one really, really lucky refresh at the beginning, and then just bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, yep.
Yep.
So.
Okay. Well, as is our tradition, I will be starting a scene as mistaken for Mitch. And so it was that Ein returned to the city or the remnants of the city, to speak with his people and share the knowledge of his cleansing of the geyser. However, when he entered the city, there were no people. It was completely abandoned. And so Ein searched out the city looking for the people that he had spoken to, the people that he had tried to teach of the love of the edge of the ice. And he found only dead bodies, possessions that had been rifled through, tossed aside, things that had been stolen, things that had been crimes of passion as the people had torn themselves asunder.
But only if there's only like a small fraction of the bodies there should be.
Sorry, can you
Many
say
of them. Am I muted? No.
No,
Okay.
I just didn't understand what you said. Sorry.
But only if there's only a small fraction of the bodies there should be. What I'm saying is that not like most of the people
more
lived.
people, like fled or something.
Yeah, more people fled than that died.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out how I can do an and furthermore, because I've been enjoying those.
I'm not helping you.
I'm not asking for your help. I'm looking at my moons.
Well. I mean, I am the full moon with Zendu, the prophet. So, I don't know, maybe he's gonna show up and...
But can I check Xandu?
No, but you can relate him to the priest of the cloth.
Okay. How do I make that something bad for Golden?
You can't. It's fantastic.
Are you sure?
I mean, I think I can.
Sorry,
I got it. I got it. Okay, I'm gonna check priest of the cloth.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say, and furthermore, Ein hears whispers that Xandu the prophet has returned, but speaks words of insanity and demons.
All right. And furthermore, here I am going to check. I'm going to check Lore of Demons so that I can say that the whispers also tell me that it is the Lady of Ash who's taken compassion on the people and led the townsfolk to safety.
And furthermore, I'm also going to check War of Demons that, you know, that while their bodies are safe and that while the Lady of Ash may feel compassion, leaving your people with an insidious demon will turn them away. They have turned away from the love of the edge of the ice and have begun to worship her.
And furthermore, I'm going to check the edge of the ice. You know, it is all part of the ice's plan to heal the mistake as much as is possible.
Who is you in this sense?
The Lady of Ash.
Okay, so the Lady of Ash knows that the edge of ice has a plan to heal the mistake. Okay. And furthermore, I'm also going to check the edge of the ice and say that is why you've heard rumors, Ein has heard rumors that the Lady of Ash is leading an assault on the edge of the ice to destroy it completely.
And that is how it happened.
And so it was.
And so it was.
That was great.
Going for the throat, both of you. That's really good.
I don't see XP yet. I don't think anything really happened to challenge Ein. It's more just about what's happening around Ein. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was saying too.
which means you don't get to refresh anything.
Neither do you.
Oh, I'm fine.
All right, well, that was the second time around and bringing us to 1.5 hours in, almost exactly. Good job, everybody.
All is planned.
As we planned. Uh-oh. Streamlabs, what are you doing? Okay, let me go ahead and bring us back over to the break screen.